Today's recipe is bright and fresh Mediterranean pasta with artichokes, Kalamata olives, and tomatoes. This is 12 ounces of whole wheat pasta. You want to slice up 2 cloves of garlic nice and thinly. If you want to mince it, go ahead. I did a poll kind of recently, maybe a few months ago, where I asked people about using chopped garlic, and I do know that a lot of people use it, but some people were very adamantly in my corner in terms of not using the pre-cut garlic that you buy in the oil in the market. So I don't recommend it. 1/2 of an onion sliced, so I'm just going to go ahead and peel the whole onion and then save half of it for later. I like to keep these in a glass container in the refrigerator. Why glass, you ask? Well, the onion flavor will permeate into plastic, and I don't like that because then it stays there for a long time. I remember when I used to work in restaurants and I worked in pastry, and the chefs would put like chopped up onions for their mise en place into quart containers, and then they would get washed, and then the next day I would come in and I would need something for like ice cream base or something, and you always had to be really careful to smell every single container, and to this day I still smell every container before I use it. So you want to start off by sauteing this. I'm using a straight-sided skillet because they are great for tossing pasta, which I'm going to do in this pan later. So heat some oil and then add your onion and garlic and saute it. If you put the onion in first, it protects the garlic from burning quickly, which it has a tendency to do. So a lot of recipes will start off by sauteing the onion even a little bit more. I tend to put them in at the same time, but starting with the onion and then the garlic. But a lot of traditional recipes will saute the onion for about 3 minutes or something and then add the garlic to really protect it. I just keep an eye on it. Burnt garlic is not delicious. This is a can of artichoke hearts that were in water. They need to be quartered for more even distribution throughout the pasta. These ones aren't marinated or anything like that. They're just plain. And I'm going to get plenty of flavor in this dish with all the other ingredients. When your onions have gotten a little bit of color, they're just starting to turn like slightly golden, add 1/2 cup of white wine to the pan. Be careful. Sometimes it can flare up. And you want to cook off the alcohol a bit, so let it boil up for a sec or two and reduce out. When the wine is cooked out, you can add your artichoke hearts. This is 1/2 of a pint of cherry tomatoes that I've sliced in half. The other half is going to go in when I add the pasta, so you get like a combination of cooked down tomatoes as well as whole juicy tomatoes, and 1/3 of a cup of sliced pitted Kalamata olives. Just want the tomatoes to cook down a little bit. I had reduced the heat. I'm turning it back up again so that they will do that. Season with some salt and pepper. And now, right now, while I'm thinking about it, before I forget, I'm going to save some pasta water because I'm going to finish cooking the pasta in the straight-sided skillet with the sauce. And I so frequently forget to save the pasta water, and it has delicious seasoning. It has starch in it that helps thicken the sauce. It's good for any number of things. It's like liquid gold, so you don't want to get rid of that. All right. The pasta is just slightly less than al dente, which is exactly where I want it because I'm going to finish cooking it in the sauce like I said. So when the tomatoes start to break down, you can add your pasta to the pot. Add some of the pasta water. I usually start with about 1/4 cup, and then you can add the remaining 1/2 of a pint of cherry tomatoes, and these will be fresh in here. Stir. It's pretty full, so be careful. You can do this in the pasta pot if you want to, but then you can't be cooking your sauce at the same time that your pasta is cooking, and I always prefer to do that if I can. Stir it around. Maybe add a little bit more of this pasta water. 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I've turned the heat off. It helps it not stick too much to the bottom of the pan. The cheese. Cheese can be very, very sticky. Give it a little bit of salt, more pepper. I'm going to drizzle with a little olive oil. I don't even know if that's in the recipe. I'm doing it anyway. Tongs are the best for long pastas like this. All the good stuff's in the bottom, so scoop out some of the deliciousness and put it on top here. There we go. Some fresh basil on top. And a grating of more cheese. This is when you get to make it more delicious by adding as much cheese as you want. It's a little low fat, which is nice. Hard cheeses like this go a long way in terms of flavor and without adding that many calories, really. But of course, a little drizzle of olive oil. And that's it. Dinner is served. Give it a try, guys. Bet you if you serve this the next day cold like a pasta salad, it would be really good too. Delicious Mediterranean pasta. Very quick to make, very healthy. Give it a try. If you like recipes like this and you want more, make sure to click like and subscribe because we have plenty more where this came from.